Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports. This is the #1 place for all your fantasy content. We do the research, so you don't have to. But wait, so you don't play fantasy? We have you covered with all your F1, IPL, and UCL content. So head on over to the Fantasy Pavilion YouTube page, like, subscribe, stay connected with us. We have all the content you're looking for. Fix that team though, and do better. The last year was really shaky. But this year we're doing better. We're doing better this year.
Yes, guys, welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sport. Of course, we're here to discuss double game week 34. Exciting times. And of course, we are going, as you see in the title, we are going to try and use our free hit chip tonight. So, gonna try and jump straight into it. I am joined by Fantasy Lord himself, Manchester United fan, Paul. How are you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up? I good, man. I good. Pleasure to
Wow.
be here.
You're wearing you ready for Ancelotti, boy? You're wearing your jersey, boy. That's because you know as soon as he left the Champions League,
Brazil all the way.
you'll
Brazil
get
all
a
the way.
big manager, bro. All right. So Paul, as I was introducing before, big game week coming up, of course, double game week 34. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. To me, all the doubles that we've had this season have been subpar, mid.
Yeah.
Remember any way explosive? Like really good? I'm trying to remember.
Nah, not to my recollection. It was mid. It was really mid and truth. It was either one game was good, the other
Right.
game was slow. So it had injuries, men failing, missed penalties, So everything that you think could go wrong in a double week did go wrong.
Went
And
wrong.
somebody double game week, single game because outscored the double game because. So
I'm,
yeah, that was crazy.
I'm even trying to think. Yeah, so the last big one would have been Haaland, right? And so Haaland did what? One game, not even the first game, the second game, and then Salah did the first game, but not the second game. But I guess we'll touch on all that. We'll discuss that. But how was your game week? I know you sent me a team, 92 points. I think it's so you showed me.
Yeah, 92 in the this game week.
And that's attributed mostly to your differentials. You have some solid differentials in your team.
Yeah, I had Cunha with he came through with 2 goals for me, and Gordon as well came through with a goal and a couple assists. So yeah, it was a good game week. That really helped me. Those 92. Flecken with a clean sheet as well. Trying to remember who else returned. Solanke, I had Solanke.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. You have it up there. Yeah, the only mistake I make was I didn't captain Haaland, I captain Salah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, else I would have cracked the 100. But other than that,
correct.
yeah, everything else kind of turned out okay. Gusto with the clean sheet. Yeah, it was a pretty solid week. And of course, Palmer. If I had captain Palmer, that'd be real good. Palmer with 4 goals. That was crazy. Palmer just lighting it up right now.
Lighting it up now. Imagine that. And that's the beauty. Yes, sometimes you can't watch form. It's the player because Chelsea not in the best of form now. Even if they lost that game, Palmer, right, still with the goals doing his thing. Because right now they're not even in the top, but they're barely in the top 10. They could get right, but Palmer doing his thing. So sometimes it's not about form of the team or the form of a player. I mean, another good example, Wolves. Look at Cunha. Fresh back in the scene, and look at Cunha already. So what's the show? Right? Not all the time form of the team, right? So yeah. So big up you there, Paul. Solid 92. The YouTube team didn't do too hot this week. Show you quick. So a solid 32 points, right? And we drop from our 800.
Top week.
Yeah, drop from our 800K, right? Bad. But But I guess this is why we are going to jump into it and free hit it. So we'll start off with that. And while we free hitting, we will, go through the fixtures, preview the fixtures while we're free hitting, right? So we fully on agreement, Paul, that it's time to free hit this team for the upcoming double.
Yeah, of course, have
Right.
to. And then the fact that we still have the wild card,
Still
we
have
still
the
have
wild.
the so we have a
Still
lot of flexibility.
Yes.
So when you're doing this free hit, it's a complete free hit. You could do whatever with this team, and
Yeah.
then next week you could just wild card out to who you really want for the last run of the season.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, let us because we could always activate it after when we do everything. All right. So let's visit against it one time. So you could have the fixtures on your end and we'll go through like that. So what's the best fixtures to tackle? Or I'll start. I take on everybody, right? Mass. Anybody here you want to keep?
Let me see. Diaz probably.
Okay, so Diaz.
Who else play?
Odegaard Dublin or nah? Never. You're good.
Odegaard Dublin, But let me see how things going. Take him out for now. Yeah. Let me see how things looking, please.
Right. So last man standing, Luis Diaz. So so of course, Luton playing Brentford, Sheffield, Burnley, Wolves, Arsenal, Everton, Nottingham, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Wolves, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Everton, Liverpool, United, Sheffield, Brighton City. Now the double us are Sheffield, Wolves, Arsenal, Everton, right? You have Bournemouth, we're back there with the Bournemouth train, doubling. Crystal Palace, right? Doubling as well. So some big names on offer. Right? So real interesting names on offer. So, free hit team. Of course, I will, call some crazy names and stuff as we go along. But how we want to start? Is there no particular order?
Well,
Who jump? Was the first team or first player that
well, we definitely want to get as much double game because in the lineup as possible.
Okay.
So I would say we target people from Crystal Palace, as you were saying before. They have two good home games against West Ham and Newcastle. And West Ham and Newcastle defense not as good. West Ham played today and got knocked out of the Europa, so they might be a little tired Sunday. All these factors play a part. And then Newcastle on the road, not really the best of defenses, although they've kept 2 clean sheets. So you want to try and include Crystal Palace attacker. Seeing everybody running down easy, he could be the man. So
he's on penalty.
He's on the kicks. There's also, I was going to say, there's also the alternative, which is Olise, who is also back from injury, but he just came back. So I don't know if you want to risk it. I mean, he has a nice punt, a nice differential, but Eze is still, although he's a popular pick this week, he's still a differential. So I would lean more towards Eze. I think I feel more like it's the safer, more solid pick.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. So I would include Eze in the midfield.
All right, so you big up Eze one time.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who are we looking at?
Who else? You want a striker?
Yes, solid striker. No.
I'm gonna give you options. Like, how are we doing this? We going through the options, or we?
Yeah. However,
there's only 3 spots.
Yeah, there's only 3 spots.
Yeah. So Cunha obviously comes to mind. My boy Cunha.
Pick up Cunha. Yeah. I'm not vexed with that shout. Cunha is solid.
Yeah. Once again, good matchups. I mean, one tough game is Arsenal,
right? But the other
he can't score. He can't score against them, and the other game is against Bournemouth. I think they were showing a stat where in his last 6 starts he has like 7 goals or something like that, 3 assists. Yeah, something like that. And he was injured for a while, and he came back. First start back, boom, 2 goals.
2 goals, correct.
Yeah, he's in some good form. So yeah. And Bournemouth does give up goals, and it's a home game, so definitely going the Cunha route. I like, who else do I like? Well, Solanke is going to be on everybody's list,
Mm.
but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if
All
you
right.
like Solanke. Yeah.
Let's break it down then. Who has the best double? Let's start there. Who has the best double?
To me,
Hmm.
I want to say, you see, the thing about it, Liverpool has been struggling lately, though. I want to say Liverpool, in terms of the opposition they have been the weakest, Everton and Fulham. But it's two away games.
Fulham weakest, you saying?
Yeah.
Nah, not Fulham. But Fulham giving real people hell, boy. I don't think so.
Well,
I think that's a tough game.
yeah, true, eh?
And they
tricky.
almost lost. They almost lost to Fulham at home, eh? When they
Yeah,
were almost. So Everton, I can understand, but Everton tricky too, eh? And this is a derby. You know, they're always up for the derby.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's between Liverpool, Crystal Palace. Arsenal owners is great too. Arsenal have a good one.
Yeah.
You see, none of the double game weeks really stand out, like pop out like that. To me, they're all okay double game weeks. Sheffield and all has a not a bad one because they have Burnley and Man United, who we know just give up goals. So if you're going for Sheffield, I think it depends on who you're going for in each team. If you're going for Sheffield, you'll go for attacking player like Britain,
right?
You know. But so far everybody is saying Crystal Palace. It looks like they have the best one, so they are decided to target.
All right. In the comment section, let us know who you think is the best option to go best double game week matchups.
If you're going Arsenal, you go for the defenders.
All right, so you rather go for the defenders.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gabriel has that ability to score, from the
header. Yes. Okay.
He always threatening, and the possibility of a clean sheet exists as well.
Yes,
I think Arsenal games are Wolves and Chelsea.
Now, of course, the Chelsea clean sheet might be tricky with Palmer's great form, but
yeah. But you know with Chelsea, you never know.
Yes, you never know. But they'll be up for it. They'll love to be the ones to ruin our title chances. So yeah, they'll be up for it.
So it's interesting.
What I'm looking at.
How do we tackle this? That's the question.
Because the trickery with this is no one team has two easy-ish teams. If you want to say yes on paper, fine, Liverpool. But given Fulham's form recently, and Fulham recently has been really challenging, and Liverpool's form as well too. Yes, they won today.
Yeah.
But most of their players back, Alisson back, Trent back, Robertson back. Robertson getting minutes, Trent getting minutes. Right, up top, Jota's back, Darwin is fit, Diaz is fit, McAllister, all these guys. So it could pose.
And that actually might make it harder to pick their players because you don't know the rotation bug. Although they got knocked out of Europe.
Yes. So there's no, and that's the beauty with Arsenal assets and Liverpool and City assets going forward. There will be not low chance of rotation. They can still rotate because of the high amounts of games, but so you don't have to guess.
It won't be as bad as before.
As before, correct. And I think that's a key part now going into these next few games here. All right, all right. Let's go goalkeepers then. Best goalkeepers for the game week. Doesn't have to be obviously we want a doubler. Who's gonna make the most save points? Not clean sheets, but save points. Who's gonna be busy? Neto mightn't be a part shout,
Neto have who?
Neto have Villa away and then Wolves away. Seems to have save points.
That's tough.
Alisson, but I don't know. Mightn't be a bad shout, Alisson, but you mightn't get the save points.
Well, once again, I'm looking at, who I'm looking at? Henderson from Crystal Palace.
Oh, hey, that is shout.
You see, because not only does he have the potential for save points, these teams, once again, I mean, they're good teams, West Ham and Newcastle, but sometimes they tend to struggle away, especially away from home.
Yeah.
So potential for maybe one of those games to be a clean sheet, or as I said before, we're looking for save points. You could get two sets of save points in each game, and yeah, that could give you a nice
Yeah.
little 6 pointer. So
He made 5 saves against Liverpool,
right,
4 against City, 5 against
and
Bournemouth. So he
and he
doing
cheaped
his
to
thing.
4.4 mil, you know.
Yeah,
So
can't go
yeah, I
wrong.
would listen.
Sorry, so we can start with Hendo. Taking that. All right, so Hendo, Gab, Eze, Cunha, Diaz. So we have a spine.
Right.
What about some of the single game week players? Anybody we trust? Or should we just go all doubler since we're free it in? Or we can't miss out on the
No,
opportunity. City going away to Brighton.
yeah. Haaland, boy. In Haaland, do we trust in Haaland? He scored last week, but
Right.
it hasn't been the same explosive Haaland. But I mean, you know the threat is there. You know, it's like a sleeping giant. He just waiting to weaken. But it could happen against Brighton. Brighton hasn't had the best form of late either. You know,
No,
they've been less than, you know, they haven't been the same Brighton as last year. You know, let's be
no,
realistic.
definitely not.
A lot of the players injured. You know, they missing Matoma, they missing a lot of players who they, you know, featured for them last year. And what was the guy named? Boy, Ferguson is
Ferguson,
all. Yeah. So
João Pedro, invisible. Because they
yeah,
were,
João Pedro now
yeah,
come back from injury. You know,
yeah.
they just don't seem like the same team from last year. So potential for City to run it up on them, maybe. You know, I maybe Haaland might be a play.
What about your team, United? Anybody you'll recommend playing Sheffield United a one-off punt or no?
Yeah, that's a good game. That's a good game. Maybe I could take a punt on a Hoyland. Bruno has been in good form recently.
Yeah,
Bruno has
boy.
been
Bruno
lighting
has
it up.
been decent, but
He has been on fire. But
on a
the
free
price,
hit team, yeah,
yeah,
right.
8.6. I don't know. I don't know if I could put my trust in them like that. You know, that game seemed like a kind of trap game. You know, like,
Right.
oh yeah, this is Sheffield at home, yeah, easy licks, and then it might end up being
What about Mr. Ollie
like you
Watkins?
just kind of squeak across the line kind of game.
Yeah. What about Mr. Ollie
Yeah,
Watkins? Playing against
Watkins could be a
Bournemouth?
play too. He's good.
Tricky game.
But it's at home, and he still continue to bang any goals. He scored
Correct.
again last week. Yeah, he could be a player, you know.
All right. So we could
I
have
think,
him
I think
bumped
we
up.
could try him. Yeah, I think we could try
Yeah.
him.
And we'll see how we feel about Haaland in a bit. So we'll leave
Yeah.
that spot for Haaland if we feel, inclined to. We allow that. Now, what about Arsenal players? What about a Havertz, a Trossard, a Martinelli? Maybe not Saka right now, the form he's in, but he has to dig deep and do something. One game is away, one game is home. Our away form has not been terrible in the league. I don't know who convincing you. So, of course, we have Gabriel. Any other attackers convincing you from Arsenal?
Although we said we would have get rid of Odegaard, for some reason, I mean, Odegaard seems like the most logical pick. He's guaranteed minutes. You know,
Right.
he always feel easy skipper, always creating chances. You know, you never know, he could be the one to come through with the goal. You know.
Yeah, I like
So
that. I like the other guy, and he has to me even in the bad games. Like he has been the most like tenacious
consistent.
and really putting in the end, putting in some effort. It's just the end product.
Yeah. So maybe we could try a punt on him. And I mean, I know it's some kind of boring, like, oh gosh, oh the God, but you know, there is the option of Havertz as well.
Havertz spicy, Havertz spicy.
Havertz could be a
He
spicy pick too.
have to be physical. We could check in the Havertz for now.
I think if you play him, you see how they played him. Was it this week in the Champions League? More in midfield. When they play him up top, he's more productive.
Well, they did that in the Aston Villa game. In the Villa game. In the Bayern Munich game, he was up top, and that's where he belongs, up top. Because he really wreaks havoc and causes trouble there. All right, so we'll check in that for now. Right. Bam. Who are we being? Who we not treating well? Who we not thinking about? Who we missing out on? Who
Salah.
else? Who else? Who?
Salah, the main man, boy. Salah.
So okay, well, so a
But
double up
that's
in the
not-
mid, a double up in the midfield. Let's make sure the funds, and all right, good.
because, I know he and all hard to trust too. Right now, Salah and Haaland, yeah, they're not really on the full game.
On their
They're
bag
getting
right
the
now.
odd,
No.
yeah, they're getting the odd goal here and there, but it's not the same. They're not wow when you're like like how they know.
But
So I don't.
of
It's
of
tricky.
all the others, he's probably the best because Jota may not start both games.
Yeah.
Will
Jota
Salah start both games?
That's the
Should.
next thing. I would pause on that because I'm thinking about something with the strikers as well too, and the defenders. Because you want to have three Liverpool, one defender, a midfielder, and attacker.
All right. So what about
Let me pause on
man-
that. For a second.
what about a man like Robertson or Virgil?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about Van Dijk as an option.
Right.
He's the safest. He's the most
Yeah.
secure in that defense, and just like Gabriel, he has that potential to score goals. He's always getting headed chances. It's not too long
Correct.
before he gets a goal. So I would try Van Dijk, and is once again the potential for a clean sheet in one of the two games, maybe against Everton.
Yeah, definitely against Everton. But again, it's a derby game. Craziness.
It's a big year, so you never know. Yeah.
All right. Our other doublers. We have Everton. We have Palace, of course. We took Eze. Anybody else from Palace? Is that it? Anybody else from Palace?
I was thinking about Mateta, but away in Darwin as our last striker.
Okay. You like the Darwin shout.
That's why I pulled up on Salah, because I was like, maybe we could try Darwin. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, let's see how it looks. I don't mind chucking in Darwin for now. Let's see what it looks like. It's not we could undo it. Boom. So Darwin. So we have full slate there. Watkins, Cunha, Darwin. I'll take that. Solid. Right. Gabriel, Virgil, Eze, Diaz, Havertz. Single game weekers. Should we look? Now we have an Arsenal defender. Is it sideways or way to chuck in Palmer in there, or is it mad to not have Palmer? But again, we don't know which Chelsea will show up. That's the annoying thing. We leave him out, bam. Yes, hopefully Chelsea loses, but Palmer might convert.
I would sit out Palmer for this one.
Sit out Palmer. All right, forget Palmer.
Yeah, I would sit out Palmer. This is probably going to be the hardest game of the season for Palmer. Arsenal defense, we all know about Arsenal defense. Even in the loss to Aston Villa, in the loss to Aston Villa. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, in the loss to Aston Villa, I think it wasn't until the 83rd minute or so that Aston Villa ended up scoring. They didn't give them a lot of chances, but Aston Villa eventually came through with the goal. So Arsenal's defense is still solid. I went even against Bayern, they were solid and they only gave up that one goal. So it's the toughest game on the fixture run for Cole Palmer. So I wouldn't include Cole Palmer in this one. But moving forward, definitely we want to have Cole Palmer in our team, but just not this week, not only for you.
Not all right, no problem. So what's our game plan here? So if we hit this team, what we're doing for 25, we chip in. We'll have to do something. What we doing then?
For 35? Well, for
Yeah.
35, seeing as we have the wild card, we could use the wild card to fix the team properly, the final run-in.
Okay, and then of
I
course,
I think that makes the most sense. Instead of doing it the other way around. Because if you're wild card now, remember, if you're free hit after, you're reverting back to that wild card team.
Yeah, that's wild card.
You don't want to do that. It's better if you're free hit in the double, so that you can have all the doublers you want, but sprinkling with a little single game, and then your wild card into the final end of the season where you'll have other doubles like Newcastle, Man U, Spurs, Chelsea. I think they also have a double as well in 35, So you could fix your team to suit. And then I think we also have the bench boost. You could play a bench boost in the final double game, which is in 37. which is
37.
the biggest double game week of all, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. We
Yeah.
could pile up there and then prepare for that. All right.
Yeah.
So talk to me. Let's see. So let me see. How can I frustrate Paul? Well, I want to throw somebody.
Okay. Yeah, what? I have a nice little spice. This is a spicy pick. I was thinking about him today. Are we going back Crystal Palace again? I know.
Right, Crystal Palace.
It's a guy by the name of Munoz, a defender who is very attacking. I know I'm butchering the pronunciation of his name. Is
Right.
Munoz or
Munoz?
Yeah, Munoz or something like that. Yeah,
I see a tilde. I think you have to, Munoz, but I have no.
Oh, Munoz. Yeah. Excuse my Spanish. Yeah, but he is very attacking. He has a nice XG. Hasn't scored any goals yet. I think he got an assist. But since he has started, he came on recently for Crystal Palace. He's always getting in the box, getting in some good attacking areas. So he could potentially do something. I like him as a nice little spicy punt.
I have no problem with that. So our quota of Crystal Palace players have been met. Right?
Yeah.
So boom.
Four
more to go with 36.7 in the bank. Right? Oh, 5, sorry, because you have to pick a goal pistol. Which I guess you could just do. Sorry.
Would you go with Gordon as a pick?
That's a good shout.
Is Newcastle away, but
I know. Yeah, because Crystal Palace can't consider as a single game week. That's a good shout. Well, if we do that, then we have to keep an eye on our formation. So because you have to bench somebody. So if you play 3-4-3, you have to get midfielder that we're willing to bench. So then we have to tell ourselves, are we happy with this? Is the strongest midfield going forward into the double?
We have Eze, Diaz, Havertz, Gordon.
Is this the strongest midfield? Of course,
it's a free hitter, so you could go all in those doublers and just done. Even if they're on the bench.
Correct. Because of yes, it's a free hit. Yes, it's a double. But and we can't predict everything. But you want to have that best foot forward. So it's Eze, Luis Diaz, Havertz, and Gordon, the strongest going forward. I like the Gordon shout for sure.
The Gordon shout is good.
So I guess we'll start. These are all starting. Go ahead.
Yeah, could we go with McNeil from Everton as a bench option? You could pay him on the bench.
Okay.
Yeah. He's cheap and he'll enable you. I don't know how the budget looking. I think it's what, 30?
30.6. Right.
Yeah,
McNeil.
still good.
Yeah, I'm a the Corey and Harrison kind of guy, but that's not bad at all. Right.
Okay, yeah.
No matter. Right, so that's full up there. Defenders now.
Let me see. Boom, bam. We have Van Dijk. We have a Liverpool. We have Arsenal.
Yeah, and we have the Munoz from.
You could put Alt Nuri on the bench as a just in case.
Is he fit? He's back.
I was hearing that he may be fit, but that's the thing. I'm not too certain. Maybe we shouldn't take that chance.
Yeah, still.
Even if you're benching, you want somebody who could still come on and play just in case.
We could check out Kilman for we could check out Kilman there. And let me see another because all is just for a Bournemouth fodder. Just for the bench.
Yeah, somebody like Zabrini.
Yeah, Senesi cheaper and he's back.
Yeah, Senesi, yeah.
Right. Okay, so this is it. Goalkeeper wise now. Al Neto for I don't know.
Or a Pickford.
Pickford. I'll take the Pickford.
Yeah, Pickford, yeah. And how much that leaves us?
Still have 11.6 in the bank. All right. So how is this? Yeah. So let's say 3-4-3. Or do we say 3-5-2 and try and beef up the middle a little bit and could drop Watkins? But it'll be good to have Watkins.
I'm feeling like we should have Salah in there, and I don't know why again.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel the same way.
Missing that big hitter in the midfield.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Which would mean taking out either Darwin or Diaz, which one? Who do we take out? Do we stick with Darwin or do we go another route?
All right, so we have to get rid of. Yeah.
Do we go
If
Solanke?
we get, okay. You want to go Solanke?
You
I was
see,
wondering
the thing
if we.
about it with Diaz, he could rotate with Jota, but Jota could also rotate with Darwin and Gakpo. Same. It's a tough one.
Yeah, boy.
What you were thinking?
So, no, I was thinking if we get rid of Diaz and beef up with another midfielder, but Diaz so far short to start, Darwin short to start ish. Because normally what I've realized he's been doing, if Darwin is not doing it, then a Gakpo, Gakpo then Jota. So a Gakpo will come on, then he might bring on Jota for one of the other mids. So, but I mean, Darwin is not a bad shout. So as much as I don't like Darwin, he might do something this week. It's two games, two bites of the cherry, you know?
I feel so, yeah, I feel so.
Yeah.
So we could take out Diaz.
So I guess at 3-5-2, we bank on Salah, big boy Salah, and then we go. What's another? So if we play in 5, a single game week, or do we trust a doubler? Who's our next doubler we could trust in the middle?
This will sound crazy. Return from Sheffield.
No,
you could try him by on.
You know me, I'm all about the wildness. Hema has been good for recently. McCarthy has been good for recently, and Burton recently came back. So
yeah,
you have 3 crazy options.
Let me see the list again.
Sorry.
Let me see the fixtures again to see how.
Yeah, sure. Right, so of course, Luton, Brentford, Sheffield, Burnley. I think that's not bad. Sheffield playing Yole. No offense, the dog. I think Sheffield have the best double.
Oh, hey, you know who we forget? Sarabia. Could be a play too.
True.
Could be a play.
That could be a serious playing shooting.
Because Wolves 2 games are home games. Now, albeit one is against Arsenal, but the other one is against Bournemouth. And Bournemouth has been known to give up goals, especially on the road.
Right. And then even I think your boy come back to where Wangi Chan is back too, but that might be too wild. Yeah. At least we know Sarabia for now. We know Sarabia does this thing. But we still have the dilemma now that we might play 3-5-2.
Yeah. Still had to bench somebody.
Have to get rid of somebody or bench somebody. So do we get rid of Watkins
I hate to get rid of Cunha because Cunha is, he's like the talisman for Wolves. It's a tough decision unless you bench Gordon and you go 3-4-3. Because it's between Watkins and to me, if you're looking at it, it's between Watkins and Gordon.
And you rather have Watkins?
Yeah, I feel more secure with what. You see, the Newcastle game. The Newcastle game. The problem is away from home. Newcastle are great at home, but
yes,
and Gordon is like almost unstoppable at home. But on the road, Newcastle is like a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde kind of team. They don't play the same when they're on the road, when they travel.
All right, I'll take it. So then do we, 6.1 is not a lot. Do we cheap down on him if we're going to sell him or leave it as is, have him on the bench? At least he's a solid option. All right.
We can leave it as a solid option of the bench in case.
Okay. All right. Let's analyze again.
It's not crime to have money on the bench.
No.
Yeah, just a free.
Just a free hit. I'm thinking.
Unless you want to upgrade Watkins to Haaland, just to throw a spanner in the works.
Can Haaland do it, boy? Oh gosh, Haaland.
That's the thing. And we gonna be bored if he come and he hit our brace. We gonna be bored and he gonna be like, oh gosh, we should have Haaland. That's the thing about it.
I don't know. I rather have Watkins, but Haaland, you definitely don't want, especially with no Champions League, and now they could push for the league.
Yeah, but the the thing about it, he picked up a slight knock in the
A knock.
Champions League.
Yes.
And then remember they are playing the FA Cup semis is this weekend
soon. Yeah.
before the Premier League. So
Correct.
I don't know what Pep might do. Pep might say, well, you know what, let me rest him for the FA
Yeah.
routine
Alvarez. Yeah.
and play Alvarez, and then put more importance into the Brighton game, seeing
Right.
as they're trying to chase the league. Well, they're on top of the league right now. They want to win it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the
And
question.
he-
I think they have too many questions around Haaland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My problem with Haaland now, I think a lot of people have sussed him out. Just put a solid centre back on him and block his supply. Block his supply. Because look what the Real did. Look what the Real did to them during the week.
Yeah, Rudiger did an amazing job on it.
Whoa, Rudiger, right? We had to double, right? We rotated. We had Saliba on him at one point, then we had Gabriel at one point. Right?
Yeah.
It worked. It worked. Now, these other teams may not be so organized, and we've seen that, which upset my soul, right? Crystal Palace lay down for City, but then beat Liverpool. Make it make sense, right?
Yeah.
Because Salah's way more dynamic than Haaland. How the hell you outlang Salah, right? But I digress. So I think I said all that. Something like Dunk. If Dunk really do a job on Haaland,
yeah.
Haaland could blank.
I think we leave it as is. Leave it as is
Yeah,
and just
all
go.
right. I'm gonna press that button. Let me see what my differential brain telling me, boy. If there weren't so much other like big options, like bigger teams, I don't know why I'm feeling Beto. Why Beto? This is the only time I'll willingly bring in Beto in my team.
Oh,
He's a free hit, feeling wild because he's looking good and he getting chances and stuff, doing well. He looking okay, just for a while as free hit. Are we disrespecting Saka? Before I move on, we had to get in Salah. Are we disrespecting Saka here? Over 2 games. Asking
it's hard because you're looking at these players and you know the potential. You're watching the Salah and the Saka and the Haaland of the world, and you know they could do it, but they just haven't been doing it recently. They haven't been clicking. But all it takes is just one game, and Saka is on penalties. So I don't know. Maybe you try Saka instead of Sarabia.
No.
Or instead of Gordon.
I just asking. We could leave it like that. What you mean Saka for Sarabia?
Yeah.
Because you already have Cunha.
Or Saka for Gordon, and you just put Sarabia on the bench.
Right, and you have the Cunha options.
You could still remain with your 3-5-2.
Okay.
So we have the money, right?
Yes, we should. Yeah.
I think you just want to cover your bases.
Bases, yeah.
Cover it. So you have your penalty, Saka on penalties, and you have Havertz. So
now for those, we can't be selfish, Paul. Right? For those that want to use a triple captainship on a doubler, who's the best option? Obviously, not from what we pick. If there's one from what we pick, no problem. Obviously, Salah might be the best running, but what about a wild shout like Eze? Eze form has not been bad.
Yeah, I was on say who you would captain in this team, because whoever would captain is who we would probably want to put the triple captain on.
I will captain Eze.
Yeah, Eze might not be a bad shout. Eze might be could be the wild card in this free hit.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Right. I'm making the transfers there, Paul. I'm gonna click free hit. Make sure we click the right thing.
Go with
right.
The good thing about it with the free hit, you could always go back and
of course.
We have time.
We have time. But you don't want to come here and click this. You don't want to come here and click. So you want to make sure, right? Click free hit. Read the things that you're clicking, people. Please. It may sound stupid, but sometimes when you're doing something out of habit, that's when you make mistakes. So always make a good habit of reading. Play your free hit, right? Click. Confirm transfers. Play free hit. Click. Right. Unable, something we did wrong. Ah, of course. Of course.
What did
A
they do?
price change happened while we were doing this. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Of course. So you have to refresh. Of course.
Who price change,
Of
Roy?
course. Wow. Thank you for that, guys. Well, that's double time, real fast. Thank you for that. Who priced for that
I
change?
think I remember it. I think I remember it. I feel somebody price drop. Someone of the players had price drop.
Right, we leaving Gabriel.
I
Gabriel.
don't think anybody. I don't think anybody priced right. Anyone of those
Yeah,
players.
nobody did so good to be. That's my point. I want to know who did good to be rising.
I mean, the dead prices did rise, but it was early any week. Like people like Gordon and
Right.
Diaz would have rise too, because
The only
people were
person-
bringing them in from before.
The only person who did to rise really is Ollie Watkins, I will say.
Yeah, but it's not based on performance, though. It's based on
Yeah, of course.
transfers. Like if
Demand,
they have a lot
demand.
of people,
Yeah.
yeah, if they have a high demand, yeah, the price will go up too.
Who we did? Who was the keepers again? It was
Henderson, Pickford.
Yeah, Pickford already.
Yeah, and Pickford.
Right. Bam, bam, bam. All primed up, Cunha, Sarabia.
No,
Good.
yeah, I think did we take out Sarabia for Saka? Oh no, we
No,
left him
on the bench. We took out Gordon.
for Saka.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that. Good. Who was here again? So it's Watkins, Cunha.
Was Darwin.
Darwin. Pick up Darwin. Yeah. And we had Van Dijk.
Yeah. Van Dijk, Gabriel.
I wish Gakpo was a solid starter. He's not bad shouting. I really wish he was a solid starter. He's not terrible.
He might eat into somebody minutes. Either Darwin or Diaz. We hope it's not Darwin.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right. Munoz, boom.
Okay.
Right. And then we went too many players from Liverpool, Darwin. Oh, okay. Right. Yes, we got rid of Diaz, right. And we brought Havertz, right.
Good.
Boom. Doing this quickly. Right, guys. Of course, whatever chip you're using, make sure you click that save button after you make your changes. Do your research. You could also wait for the press conference, but don't do like us last weekend and sleep. Paul, we have to admit when we make the mistake, I overslept, missed. We got up at 5. Paul, you said what, 4 o'clock?
Yeah. And I was up out with the phone open in my hand. Thank God I didn't press anything by mistake.
Good thing. It could happen to the best of us.
But the funny thing is, because I slept, and I have an extra transfer this week, and I ended up getting 92.
Hey.
When I may have made that transfer, I mean, the transfer I made, I don't think would have affected it that much, but I would have gotten a lower score if I made the transfer, and I wouldn't have had enough. I would only have 1 transfer this week, whereas now I'm in a nice position where I can make 2 for the double game week. So,
and that's how things happen.
Falling asleep, sometimes falling asleep is not a bad thing.
Sometimes falling asleep is not a bad
thing. Not all the time.
Yeah, don't make a habit of it.
Yeah.
Right. Who are the 2 fodders, midfielders? Oh, we did Kilman.
I think it was McNeil and somebody else.
Defenders, fodder defenders.
Kilman and
we could roll with
I remember the next one,
That's hilarious. This thing anybody else? I'm just throwing a Sheffield wellness,
Yeah. Really can't remember who it was,
Yeah, I don't know why I blocked. Right. Bam, 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 bam. What good? Anything we need to fix, we'll fix it. Right.
Oh, it was Abon. I don't remember it was Abon. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
It was.
Yes, it was Senesi. Yeah, we could always do that after.
Yeah. It don't matter because you're on the bench.
All right, so we may have to. I will have to do this another time. For some reason, it is not allowing me. Yeah, still not letting us. Unable to confirm transfers that players have changed. Please refresh page. I did this already, but I will just do this right here. This is our free hit team. So
those screenshots.
Yeah, definitely gonna save it. So so Pickford, Hendo, Gabriel, Virgil, Munoz, Kilman, Well, we okay, wait one time. Senesi from Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Right, just further. Right, of course, Saka, Havertz, Eze, Salah, Sarabia, Watkins, Cunha, Darwin. We were discussing captain options. So I was saying Saka Eze is a great shout, followed by Salah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right,
I
and
like
of
that shot.
course, for those thinking of triple captaining, you have Salah, you have Eze, Saka, good shouts. Right, you have a lot of decent options. Let me see, based on the
Cunha,
fixtures. Yeah,
Cunha now could be a good
Cunha,
yeah.
Cunha is a great shout to captain or triple captain. Luis
Yeah.
Diaz. If you have Luis Diaz, you're not feeling the Salah. Why not? Why not? Right? Darwin. Yeah. You have
You
some
come
good
home
shout.
drunk. You come home drunk and you open up your phone and you say, you know what, boy, flick it. Darwin.
Darwin. Yeah. Even
Yeah.
if you have Odegaard, right?
Yeah.
Odegaard, not bad shouts. Yeah. So you have some decent
Expect
options.
the unexpected. All this talk we talking, just expect the
Correct.
unexpected. Yeah.
Any
Some
craziness could happen.
crazy plays has happened. So this
Crazy,
could be the
crazy.
week to try something.
And that's what I was saying. This is the beauty of if maybe Arsenal wasn't doubling, I definitely would have chucked an Everton player in there somewhere. Or if
Yeah.
Liverpool wasn't doubling, Beto or Adekore, something. There are great options out there. Is a free
Because
hit.
Everton double not bad, you know. They have
No, it's not
Forest
terrible. You know.
and they playing at home in both of those games.
Both games, correct.
They have
Correct.
Forest in one, and Forest is not the greatest team in the world. They battling right now for
Yeah.
to stay up, just like Everton. And also the next game is Liverpool, and as a derby, and you know Liverpool form has been great either. So
Correct.
you could sneak in a goal, maybe or two
And Everton will love to be the reason that Liverpool
to ruin
don't.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, to
They
ruin their
will.
run. Mhm.
They will relish that moment. They will love to do that.
So
And
maybe a Everton punt might
yeah,
not be a bad thing. I'm
might
not
be
sure.
a Calvert Lewin wildness penalty in the 99th minute. You never know.
Who know about
Ah,
Calvert Lewin, boy? He's just the injuries is what
yeah,
is
bro, I
concerning with him.
know. I know.
If he was fit and playing, yeah, for sure.
Well,
But
he
he
playing, but
always
it's not, I know what you
yeah,
mean.
but
Yeah, he could
he
just
in and
drop
out, he in
any
and out.
minute.
Yeah,
He could drop
yeah,
any
he in
minute.
and out.
But he scored in the last two games, so you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. I used to love him, you know. I wanted him at Arsenal so bad. Guys, back in the heyday, right?
yeah,
But yeah, guys,
yeah.
so that's our free hit team. We can't click save for some reason, so I'll take a picture and then try again later. And I'll please, guys, you're seeing live here. Paul has to remind me so I don't forget that.
Yeah.
Right? Because of course that could happen. Paul, before you roll though, what's your plan? What's your strategy going forward for this game week? What's
Well,
the game plan?
as I said before, I have two free transfers, but I still are waiting to get all the news, any little injury updates and thing before I make any changes.
Right.
But so far, what I'm thinking is Bowen out. He played today. He is healthy, but I want to gamble on a double game week. Let me make it interesting. So I transfer now Bowen. I'm most likely bringing in Eze. And with my other transfer, maybe a keeper transfer and take out Martinez for Henderson. Or I could probably go for Van Dijk or Gabriel. Or do a -4 and then just do everything one time. So keeper, defender, midfielder. And take the hit. It's a double game week, so why not?
But
Again, back anyway.
How much double you have right now before you use the transfers? How much you have?
Right now, I believe when I checked it was 7.
Oh,
Last time.
okay. That's
Yes.
a solid amount.
Yeah. But it
That's
kind of
a-
mix. It's a mixed bag. Is people like one is Cookers, one is brand waves.
Right.
So it kind of iffy. But
Yeah.
I have some good solid single game because there too. So
Right.
it's not a bad mix.
No.
It's not a full complement, but it's decent. It's a decent team.
Yeah, they're not bad at
So
all.
with my transfers, I just want to kind of sharpen it up a little bit more by adding a few more doublers to the mix.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
And
okay.
then I'm a wildcard, so I'll do is I'll just wildcard into the same thing that we decided to do,
35.
wildcard and just fix it up for the running.
Let me see what 35 is looking like. Right? So this is the craziness here. 35. So
Chelsea and Spurs double.
yeah. Double. Oof. I like none. I like none.
Well, Palmer, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If
Yeah.
you, Palmer and Son for
Mm,
starters. Palmer
yeah,
for starters. I know
yeah.
Son has been doing it lately, but
No, but he
you
loves a
think about,
derby. He loves
yeah,
a
and you think
derby.
about it, these two teams' defense not the best. Don't let the 6-0
Correct,
fool you. Chelsea
correct,
defense is still not it. Spurs defense is still not it. We could see some
correct.
goals in those games. So I would go in hard on, a Son, maybe even take a punt on a Madison.
Yeah.
You
Mm,
know,
yeah,
or
no, Madison has
Nicolas
not been hot,
Jackson.
but it's a double. So yeah, but he's not been hot though. He
Yeah,
has
yeah,
not been hot. Yeah, since that injury, he has not been hot. But it's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout.
yeah. Not bad
Yeah,
job.
yeah. All right.
Definitely staying away from the defenders, not going after
Yeah,
the defenders.
definitely. Yeah, for sure. All right, so well, guys, if you didn't use your free hit for this one and you wanted to use it for that one, but I guess this one would have make more sense because there's a lot more options to double from. So, like we said, you could always wild card, and that's where you could bring in the guys that you wanted. Well, of course, barring anything the FA Cup throws at us again, right? But I don't think FA Cup should mess up anything again. I think that should be it. This should be the last
No,
one.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
shouldn't be messing up anything else again. So that
It
is
just
why
have
I would have.
it just have one more double game
Yeah,
week,
double game week. Yeah.
and that'll be in
Right.
37.
Because this is why we would have said, all right, wild card now. And I mean, free hit now, sorry, free hit
Good
for
now.
this game. Well, for our team, because of our team dependency, of course, our team. But of course, free hit this game week, your wild card next week. And then that team is the team you're rallying all the way down the road till
Yeah.
you reach the final.
Well, one or two transfers in between.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Depending on
this happens.
what's happening. I think, and sometimes around this time of the season, this is when the relegation teams look very enticing, or the ones I think might survive and they take a punt on them and you get some goals because they have to rally and win too. So all
Like
that.
Everton.
Luton was that team, now it's shifting. Luton had the
Mhm.
bag at the time, had a brilliant patch. So now we have other teams to jump on. All right, so just want to thank Paul for coming through. Any closing remarks before we jump off? Any piece of advice before we hop off?
Yeah, I mean, as we see before, the double game weeks could be a little underwhelming. So don't get too carried away with the double. If it is you're not free hitting, and you have your one transfer, your two transfers, just try to get whatever you have, work with it. You could get a doubler, but you don't have to go crazy like take a minus 12 and minus 16 just trying to get doublers in. Remember, it have other weeks to come, especially if you don't have any other chips to fix your team. So just be patient, attack, but at the same time attack with caution.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as always, yes, guys. So Toby, I guess it's 50-50. Of course, we don't want to be pessimists. The last few was terrible, but they really were terrible.
Yeah.
It was hit and miss, literally. That is literally definition of hit and miss, right? So hopefully it's a good game week. Of course, don't forget to click save. Don't forget to check the press conference, any news. Twitter is your best friend. Or do like me on Instagram. Follow all the Premier League teams on Instagram. Or all their pages, and you'll get all the information and bullet points. Real easy. Right, of course, like, share, subscribe. Thanks everyone watching on Instagram, watching on Twitter and YouTube. Please come across the YouTube platform, drop a like for us, help us to beat the algorithm. Like, share, subscribe. We're trying to get to 2K subscribers. Share to your friends. It's free. Just click subscribe, click like. We appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. On behalf of Paul and the Fancy Pavilion crew, as always, we hope that your goalkeeper keeps a clean sheet, saves a penalty, may your captain score a hat-trick, and may your arrows be green. Happy picking, and we'll see you all in the next one for game week 35. Take care.